Mr. Chairman, you are now live.
Thank you. I'd like to welcome everyone to the July 28th meeting of the Board of Commissioners for Gig Harbor Fire and Medic 1, District 5. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Okay.
Approval of the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Urbina,
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden,
Yes.
Commissioner Fleming,
Yes.
Chairman Enzi.
Yes. Commissioner absences. We know that Bryce is going to be gone. I'm just going to put in now that I will be gone for the September 8th meeting, so I'll just get that on record right now for that. Communications.
Commissioner, do you want to do Bryce?
I'd like to move to excuse Bryce Nelson's absence today.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Roll call vote.
Commissioner Urbina,
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden,
Yes.
Commissioner Fleming,
Yes.
Chairman Enzi.
Yes. Communications. None. Approval of minutes from the July 14th, 2026 Commissioners meeting. And yes, you do.
I move that we approve the minutes from our July 14th meeting.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Roll call vote.
Commissioner Urbina,
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden,
Yes.
Commissioner Fleming,
Yes.
Chairman Enzi.
Yes. And pitch hitting tonight for accounts payable and payroll approvals. We have Joe. Welcome back from Hawaii.
Okay. Well, I'll move that we approve accounts payable checks 4006 through 4039 and 4050 through 4071 for a total of $136,194.76, and payroll checks 4040 through 4049 and ACH payroll and transfers for a total for the payroll of $1,256,416.20, and then the grand total checks and ACH transfers $1,392,610.96.
Second.
Motion second and a second. Roll call vote.
Commissioner Urbina,
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden,
Yes.
Commissioner Fleming,
Yes.
Chairman Enzi.
Yes. Look with 3390. Mike, you got anything? Appreciate you being here. Thank you. Chief's reports.
We'll start with Chief Langlow.
Good morning, or good morning. I've done that before. Good evening. I forget what time it is. It's still light outside. Good evening. A couple quick updates from me. We are in the middle of doing our admin assistant interviews, and so we had the first interview yesterday, and we're getting the remainder of them scheduled. So that process is moving forward. As far on the deployment front, Dana Parolo is our only member that's still out on deployment. He's at the Elk Fire in Colorado, and he will be traveling home on Friday. So being in Colorado, he's going to take a couple days to come home. We've got some pretty specific restrictions on travel when you come home from those deployments. And so he's expected to be back on the 31st, and then we'll be back to work whenever it fits into his rotation. Evan Pearson was the other paramedic that we had out on deployment, and he has since returned back to the district. So those are the only two, and now it's just we're down to one. On the training division front, validation on the training tower continues. So flow and water, make sure that it drains how we want it to drain, make sure that the props are functioning how we want them to function, so that we feel really, really comfortable and confident when we start getting crews into the building that it's going to operate how we want it to without any stops or starts. So that continues, and I expect that'll continue for the next couple of weeks. And then we did have a small house fire between your last meeting and this meeting out in the Station 59's area, not too far from where Commissioner Nelson lives. If you're familiar with that, he's actually at the fire. He stopped by, walked across the street. I do want to recognize the B-Shift crews that were fighting the fire. It was kept small because of the crews that were there. It was actually a vacant home that's for sale. So it was a neighbor that saw it in the middle of the night and kept it to a couple rooms and contents with a little bit of structural involvement in the attic. But just want to say thanks to BC Hoshin, who was working on B shift, normally on A shift, and then Mike Collins and his crew and the B shift folks. So just shout out to those guys that did a great job in keeping it small. That's it.
Question on the deployments. Obviously, if they're taking a piece of apparatus to the fire, like it's local or whatever,
Mhm.
do they fly usually then? Do they fly? They don't drive personal rigs, do they?
They don't drive personal vehicles, but it depends on what they're going to do. But the majority of the time they do actually drive. And
Okay.
so the vehicle that Dana and Evan took this time was it's called a nerve rental. So it's a federal program for rental vehicles so that organizations don't put the wear and tear on their department apparatus, because they were going as single resources from more of an incident management team perspective. And so they didn't need a type 6 brush truck or a fire engine. They just needed a staff car essentially. And so they went under with rental vehicles, but normally it's driving regardless of where we're going.
Okay.
Depending on how far, I suppose, across the country. If you're on a task force, some of the task force might fly, but again, some of it might drive to get the equipment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Chief Oldenburg.
Good evening, Commissioners. Just two quick updates on the hiring front as well. We have the facilities technician job is currently posted. We have 11 applicants for that, and it closes on August 14th. We recently opened up the electronics communication system technician. We kind of call it internally the upfit person, right? Who's going to upfit the majority of our vehicles upon arrival. And that is open through August 3rd. So both of those job postings are open, and we're starting to sift through the applicants. So we're excited about both of those.
Chief Westcott.
Good evening, Commissioners. So CJ Martin, our public educator, had the opportunity to head back to Chicago to UL FSRI's research symposium here a couple of weeks ago. That's all made possible by a program we started last year with Explorer Labs, delivering fire-related science curriculum in middle schools. So it was a great opportunity. UL FSRI is, if you think of all the PhDs who are doing the research on lithium batteries or the changing environment in the fire service and how best to deal with it. So CJ, who has a master's, said she felt like the least intelligent person at this, and she's very, very smart. But she said, boy, were there some smart people giving presentations. And so we were invited back. They paid our way based on this relationship that started. And so it was really a great opportunity. And that's going to lead to Explorer Labs sending some people up here in about 2 weeks. And we're going to sit down with the school district to see about expanding the program across the district. So that's exciting. Wildfire Ready Neighbors, we have DNR has made some change. Those are the home assessments, wildfire home assessments, residential home assessments. And used to sign up through DNR and then they would send it back to us. And now we've kind of taken that on, and Chief Phillips has got that up and going, and our website is updated. So people interested in residential home inspections can sign up there, and then we'll come out and provide a free inspection. And when I say inspection, it's non-binding. They can take a little bit of our advice, they can ignore it, they can take a lot of our advice. So we're not here to fine or anything like that. We're just here to offer some sound, proven advice on how you can reduce the risk on your residential structure or your home. How about that? Yesterday, the peer support group at the county level got together with law enforcement, fire, and dispatch and corrections, and they're looking at standing up a team within the county that will be able to support agencies. And we're looking to be a part of that and support that. So Chief McCurdy from Sumner Police Department kind of has spearheaded this and thrown it together, but West Pierce and East Pierce and Central Pierce, we were all together on this call with a lot of the police agencies and South Sound. So got that in the works. End of report.
Does the DNR report and the homeowners working with that, and if does that help with their insurance if they work with that and show what they're doing to more protection? Could that possibility of having some reflection on their insurance?
So currently, if you're in the state of California, what you're talking about exists, that the insurance companies are obligated to recognize when homeowners have taken steps. That is not the case in Washington yet. But homeowners, even in places like our district, are getting notifications about wildfire risk. We could go down the insurance avenue and the changes to the industry and how they hold risk. And it's changing. And wildfire is playing into that, and density of homes that they cover in certain areas is playing into that. So people are getting notices. It's a good practice at this point. It's not, and insurance companies they will recommend that you take steps, but as far as getting credit for that, that's not yet.
Thank you.
With that, August 13th, Chief Westcott's been invited to the city of Gig Harbor they want to talk about the wildfire prevention plans that we have within the community. So he'll be there on that date. We had a film crew in town over the weekend. I got a call from the chamber president. Things are always an emergency, right, on a Sunday. So they wanted to tour all of our fire stations and do a movie here in Gig Harbor and use our stations as a scene. So they're just scouting right now. They're not actually filming. But Chief Falk toured them, and I got contacted today that they want to use Station 52 in the future. So we'll be working through that in the future. Let's see. Hopefully you got my email about the selection of Deputy Chief Eric Tuat from Anchorage. We got one superstar from Anchorage, so we thought we'd go back to the well and get another one. And so we're working through negotiating his personal services contract, all background check, all the things that go along with that HR and Leslie will be helping him through. And we'll work on a date and some transition time with Chief Oldenburg. So more to come on that. Leslie is working on revamping the board meetings. There's been some questions about, do we need to make motions? Should we have a consent agenda? All those things. So we're working on some best practices. She's already reached out to other agencies, to our lawyer, and we'll work with the chairman and bring it back to you. But she's working through that right now. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Standing committee reports, really no change from the last meeting, unless anybody else has. Okay. Financial report, Crystal.
Good evening. I will share my screen briefly. One moment. It's thinking. Okay, there we go. This includes the May 2025 financial report. It is included in tonight's packet on page 12. I don't have a lot of updates for May. It's a pretty typical month. From a revenue perspective, it's pretty light. You will notice that we still have a little bit of property taxes. That's expected, even though they're due in April. So we do have a little bit, excuse me. Moving into our operating expenses for May, we're at 37% spent. See if I can scroll. There we go. Okay, moving into the expenses by division, you'll see the same layout of the same operating expenses, but by division, same at 37%. The one highlight for May that is new that you'll notice is our transfers and other decreases. You'll see that we are at $2 million spent of the 5.5 million. That was our associated transfers for our debt service and for our capital projects. So the reason I didn't do that transfer earlier in the year, we were waiting for our April property tax collections to have the appropriate cash to do so. So that is why you'll notice the first chunk of our transfers into those associated funds. Moving into the bond fund and the capital fund for our bond funded projects, we are continuing with expenditures for the training campus and Station 51. You'll notice that we'll start to see some expenses here for 58 and 59. Those are for design related expenses. Moving into the capital fund for our non-bond funded projects, we do have a little bit of expenditures that you will see. The bulk in May would be in the fleet replacement. That was the payment of the water tender that arrived. There will be more expenditures coming in the later months, mostly for fleet replacement as those continue. Moving into the ending cash balances at the end of May on the 31st, we are at 72 million for the associated month. This is pretty typical that it would be viewed high. It's the month preceding April property tax collections, and we'll continue to use that cash through the next couple months as we are expecting our next tax payment in October. That is the most of the information we have available for the May financial report. If you have any questions.
Thank you, Crystal. Any questions? Right. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Chairman's report, none. 2022 bond update.
All right. The training facility is in process of being transitioned over to operations. You can see that that training is, training and operations have taken that over. Station 51, if you haven't driven by it lately, the walls are going up and steel's being delivered, and things are going to happen pretty fast. They want to get it all roughed in before winter and the rainy season. 5859, I've been working with Rice Fergus Miller and Chief Johnson to bring you back, hopefully next meeting, 2 away at the latest, the cost benefit analysis at 5859 of rebuild versus remodel. So we're working on that right now. That's all I have to report for the bond.
Thank you. Old business, none. New business, retiree medical program for Lieutenant Hughes.
So before you, commissioners, you have the policy on that. And Lieutenant Hughes put in for retirement last year, then rescinded it, and he has put in again. So he is before you to talk to you about the medical retirement program. Lieutenant Hughes.
Evening, Commissioners.
So last year I put in for retirement. So it's a 10-year or 10-month window that you're putting in for the retirement. The problem was that I had parents that were failing health issues. So looking forward that 10 months, I just was assuming that I'm going to have to go back down to Oregon and help them out. A couple of months after I put in for retirement, my sister went to part-time and started helping out more. And then they came up with a strategy of a compound. So basically my sister's going to move on site and live on site with my parents. So that was the plan they came up with. I wish she would have told me that before I put in for retirement, because at the time I couldn't afford it. And even now I'm anticipating I might have to go down to Oregon, but this additional basically year and a half has allowed me to pay off some stuff and get caught up. So when I put in for retirement, I understood that I could lose it, and that's what I'm here for, to ask for today, that be reinstated.
Can you just give me a little background on your history with the department?
Yes, sir. My name is David Hughes. I was hired in 2008 as a paramedic. Prior to that, I worked at South Pierce And prior to that, I worked at AMR.
Okay.
So since then, I've got the rank of lieutenant, and currently I serve as an EMS lieutenant.
Thank you. You guys have any questions? I'm going to make a motion to approve the retiree medical benefit as outlined here. I know it's an exception, but I'd like to make a motion to approve that for Lieutenant Hughes.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Lieutenant Hughes, I understand that, you know, we have a policy, and that's put into effect to protect the department and to help through especially when a line officer puts in a command officer, and there has to be improvement, where there has to be looking at doing promotions and filling spots and stuff. So we had to have something in there to kind of help make sure that those things run smoothly. But life happens, and we cannot be in control of that. The command staff, they follow the policy, which you're supposed to do, and then they'll leave it. Then if there's an issue that comes up, then it comes for this board. That's how we get paid the big bucks. So anyway, I understand about life happening, understand about taking care of parents. And so just, you know, those things happen. So thank you for your service that you have done for us in your career here. So thank you, and hope your parents are doing well.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. So we have the motion. We have a second. Through any other questions? Hearing none. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Urvina,
Yes.
Commissioner Hayden,
Yes.
Commissioner Fleming,
Yes.
Chairman Enzi.
Yes.
Thank you, Lieutenant Hughes, for coming.
Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, this is part of our meeting where we have open public comment. Please state your name for the record. You'll have 3 minutes. Does the camera being out have any effect on? Okay, so if you're out in the internet audience, please wave your hand.
There are none.
Nothing there? Okay. All right. Good of the order.
I actually have something really quick, not really good of the order, but it's came to my mind after Chief Langlow's presentation, and I only thought of it later. But something that I think might be beneficial as the fireboat and the ladder are being considered in the future. It would be great, even though it'd more be anecdotal data and not necessarily broad data, but just having, if the BCs or the operations side of the department could collect instances where a ladder or a boat would have been really useful. I think that could be really valuable as we're kind of analyzing that. And then if it's something that we choose to move forward with as an organization, to be able to justify having those specific instances where it would have been beneficial to the public to have that. Chief Lango, is that, I don't know, did that come through?
It did, yes, Commissioner.
Okay.
We will work on that for sure. Yep.
Okay,
We can do
yep.
that.
Yeah, appreciate it. Sorry, I know that was not really the order, but it popped in my mind later in the meeting. I thought that would be good to have in the future.
No problem. I'll let you do it just this once.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Special interest upcoming events? Hearing none. Our next meeting will be Tuesday, August 11th. With no other business before this board, we are adjourned.